But first, last, and always, I'm an American soldier, sworn to defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, both foreign and domestic. I am a drill sergeant. What up, y'all? It's your boy Drill Sergeant Lynch back again with another motherfucking video. Yeah, I got a little bit of spit on the screen, man. Hey, so I started thinking a few days ago, and then I forgot that I thought about it, and I remembered again today. I started to think about things that I love about being a drill sergeant and things that I hate about being a drill sergeant. So y'all stay tuned, because I'm gonna get my thoughts together on that, and I'm gonna tell y'all what I love about being a drill sergeant and what I hate about being a drill sergeant. All right, that being said, I also want to give y'all the results. I don't know if y'all remember a little bit more than a month ago, and I had on my Snapchat that I had to go to the board. I had to go to the NCO of the quarter board, or NCO of the month or quarter, something like that, whichever one it was. But I won that one at battalion. So probably about a week ago I went to brigade, and I'm gonna give y'all the results to that at the end of this video, so y'all stay tuned for that. Alright, so I started thinking about things that I love about being a drill sergeant and things that I hate about being a drill sergeant. And what I really started thinking about was the drill sergeant creed. And I figured, why don't I break the drill sergeant creed down for y'all, and from what I understand, like how I see it, what I see in my eyes. The drill sergeant creed has a couple paragraphs, if you want to call them paragraphs. They're really just a couple sentences. Maybe even one sentence might be a paragraph. The first sentence: I will assist each individual in their efforts to become a highly motivated, well-disciplined, physically and mentally fit soldier, capable of defeating any enemy on today's modern battlefield, and their efforts. So I start thinking about the efforts that some of the trainees be putting in, and like, it's hard for me, it's hard to believe that they're putting forth 100% all the time. So I mean, I'm assisting people definitely to become highly motivated. I stress motivation all the time. I stress discipline. Of course, just for a soldier to be physically and mentally fit, that's something that's a requirement. We want everybody to be fit, capable of defeating any enemy on today's modern battlefield. So we train them basically. Basic training is basic training. And it makes me think about, even once we get out of basic training, we get to our units, there's a lot of stuff that we learn in basic training that we're just reiterating. And it's not the fact of anything being basic or not, it's just how well you know it, how well you remember it. A lot of stuff that you learn and you do and you train when you get to your regular unit, it's still the same thing as in basic training. It's just you know it better. You know it. You're more efficient at it. So as a drill sergeant, the next paragraph or sentence, the next couple of sentences: I will instill pride in all I train, pride in self, in the army, and in country. Yes, pride, pride, pride. This is stuff that just comes natural, y'all, that me being a drill sergeant, not even thinking about the drill sergeant creed every day, just being a drill sergeant in general, stuff that I stress to the trainees and stuff that I enforce as a drill sergeant. Pride is definitely one of them. Have pride in your uniform. Have pride in how you wear your little stuff, how you wear your PC, how your boots are laced up. Have pride in the way that you pivot when you're doing a column left or column right, stuff like that. Have pride in everything you do. Make it yours. Make it how you're doing it, but do it the right way. That's what I feel about that sentence. Having pride. I instill pride in all I train. Pride in self, in the army, and in country. Now, the next one is: I will insist that each soldier meets and maintains the Army standard of military bearing and courtesy, consistent with the highest traditions of the U.S. Army. I will insist that each soldier. Now that sentence, first of all, none of them are soldiers until they graduate basic training. I love to put emphasis on that. You're not a soldier until you graduate. I'm not even gonna say until you graduate basic training, until you complete that last field training exercise and go do the rites of passage. Once you do the rites of passage, and then after you do the rites of passage, then you're gonna graduate. So while you're in basic training, you become a soldier. So that's a big emphasis I put, insisting that each soldier, I insist that each trainee and soldier, once they become soldiers, meet so they learn what it is and they maintain military bearing and courtesy. So I'm just as a drill sergeant, and you know, this stuff may have turned on more once I became a drill sergeant than back when I was just a soldier in the NCO. Meeting and maintaining the Army standard of military bearing and courtesy. So military bearing and courtesy. I remember when I was in E4 becoming an E5, and I remember there was an think he was E6, or he might have been an E5 that was in charge of me and got promoted to E6. He used to, when we would be in formation doing PT, he would do something to make me laugh, and I would laugh, and he would say, hey, where's your military bearing at? He's like, I'm just testing your military bearing. That's your military bearing. To me, discipline and military bearing run hand in hand. Showing that you're disciplined is showing military bearing. Being able to sit there and not laugh or not smirk and be serious about what you're going through. Act like you're in the military bearing. I'm gonna look up the meaning of military bearing. And courtesy, of course. The main thing about courtesy is, I know, thank you, please, and stuff like that. I don't let my trainees tell me thank you and please, drill sergeant, none of this. I don't let them do any of that. As long as they tell me good morning, drill sergeant, whenever I tell them to carry on and they say good morning, drill sergeant, or good morning, ma'am, good morning, sir, then to me, they're showing their courtesy. Of course, going to parade rest whenever I pass them and saying at ease, going to at ease and saying at ease, make way, drill sergeant come through. Of course, that's courteous. Get out of my way because I'm walking like I'm about business. So get out of my way when you see me walking. Of course, that's courteous too. So that's also that. Alright, SFAM, so I'm gonna try to keep this real quick for y'all. Instead of doing the results to the board at the end of the video, I decided to do them in the middle of the video, right? So check this out. Me and my battle buddy went to battalion, NCO, drill sergeant of the quarter or month board, whichever one it was, right? So just to let y'all know what happened, we both did not win when we went to the brigade. We both won a battalion and we both had to move over to the brigade. Now, when I went through at brigade, I went for the NCO of the quarter. When I went through, it seemed like Sergeant Major would get ready to come right up to me and tell me, look, you won. I think he wanted to choose me, but he chose the other guy instead. Now, I was missing questions. It was the simplest questions I was missing. They had asked me at first, I specifically remember this one. They had asked me, what does MET-TC stand for? And I had a brain fart on what MET-TC is. So then they said, okay, better yet, do you know what PMESI? They said, do you know what PMESI PT is? And I said, yes, I know what it means. And I know there was mission terrain, and civil considerations. I remember those that was in there, but I had a brain fart and I couldn't remember, but my confidence was all the way up here, SFAM. When you go to these boards, you gotta have confidence. Not cocky, but confidence. So my confidence was up here. When they asked me, okay, so what does PMESI PT stand for? I told them Mission Essential Task List. Like I knew exactly what I was talking about. And then the other sergeant major, he might have been the first sergeant. Another one was like, that's another list. That's a different one that you're bringing up. And I didn't even catch on to what he was saying until like maybe a minute after, maybe 15 seconds after he said it, I caught on. I was like, but I didn't let that sway me. So there was little questions like that I was missing during the board. Now, my battle buddy, SP, she had went through for drill sergeant of the cycle, drill sergeant of the quarter. Not drill sergeant of the cycle. She went through for like drill sergeant of the quarter. She didn't make it either. They told her that they wanted her to come back to the next one. So I know she blew it out the water. I think I did okay, and I think I was probably second runner up, and they chose the other guy just because of the questions. My confidence was up here and I was missing the answers to the questions. But I did tell them that I want to go to the Audie Murphy board. So I think I'm going to check that out. I might start studying up for that and do for that. So anyway, just want to give you all the results to the board that me and my battle buddy SP went to. And now, back to your regularly scheduled program, y'all. Get out of my way when you see me walking. Of course, that's courteous too. So that's also that. I will lead by example, never requiring a soldier to attempt any task I would not do myself. Just being an NCO in general, you're leading by example. You should be leading by example. As a drill sergeant, definitely leading by example. And in the Army, we're big on my trainees or my soldiers, my subordinates are a direct reflection of me. If I'm ate up, if I'm jacked up, then so are they. So I try to make sure at least that they get the concept. After a little while going into the cycle, white phase and blue phase, I start turning into like human, you know what I mean? I start laughing and whatever the case may be. I still have that drill sergeant switch turned on, but my more mentoring side starts coming out than just the hardcore drill sergeant, you know what I'm saying? When they start getting closer to the end of the cycle. So leading by example, that's the example that I lead. Never requiring a soldier to attempt any task I would not do myself. So everything that I tell the trainees to do, I have already done. Do push-ups, I've already done push-ups. Run here, run there, I've already done that before. Little goofy stuff that I might have them, I've done all that stuff, so I'm not gonna make them do anything that I wouldn't do or that I can't do. If I can't do it, you know, unless I'm told they have to do it, if there's something I can't do, which I wouldn't let them know, I can't do that. I wouldn't let them know that, but dude, they gotta do it. They gotta do it. So then you got first, last, and always, I'm an American soldier, swore to defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies. Of course, I'm an American soldier. The oath that you take when you enlist and when you re-enlist, that doesn't change. That does not change at all for a drill sergeant. I'm still a soldier. Even though I'm a drill sergeant, I'm still a soldier. Just like my trainees were at one point in time, just like they are, I was that at one point in time. So that helps me to understand what they're going through while they're at basic training, or if they got different things that happen back at home while they're in basic training. I understand that stuff. I've been through it already. And then, of course, that very last sentence, I am a drill sergeant. I don't know. It's just being a drill sergeant to me is just was a dream. I'm going to save that for another day. I'm going to go ahead and end it there. Let me do the creed one more time for y'all, just so y'all know that I know what I'm talking about. I will assist each individual in their efforts to become a highly motivated, well-disciplined, physically and mentally fit soldier, capable of defeating any enemy on today's modern battlefield. I will instill pride in all I train, pride in self, in the Army, and in country. I will insist that each soldier meets and maintains the Army standard of military bearing and courtesy, consistent with the highest traditions of the U.S. Army. I will lead by example, never requiring a soldier to attempt any task I would not do myself. But first, last, and always, I am an American soldier, sworn to defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, both foreign and domestic. I am a drill sergeant. SFAM, love y'all to death. SFAM, salute. Y'all stay focused and motivated. It's your boy, Drill Sergeant Lynch. I just broke down the Drill Sergeant Creed, what it means to me. All right? Holla at your boy, man. I'm out.